Bern Tobin here at the Farm Progress Show. Catching up now with Jeff Gray from Claas. Jeff, how's it going?
It's going great. It's a great show so far.
Hey, now you're standing in front of the new Trion 740 combine. Tell us a little bit about this. I mean, we've heard about this new combine from Claas, reliability, affordability, a different class of combine. Where does it fit?
Well, this is our latest addition to the Claas combine portfolio for North America. The Trion is still has that hybrid technology inside, but in a simpler package. The big difference between this and the Lexion that everybody is familiar with is this has a single rotor separation rotor versus the dual separation rotors used in the Lexion. So that's the primary difference between the two, and because of that, it's much simpler. We don't have all the drives that we have on the Lexion. The Lexion combine is a very robust combine, meaning that all of the Lexion combines, whether it be a Class 10 or Class 6, all utilize the same drivetrain components, those heavy-duty drives, 2- and 3-stage belt drives, which transfer power extremely efficiently and helps us to achieve that 1 to 1.1 gallon per acre, but it is a much more productive combine. The Trion is really a combine for those farms that really aren't trying to push the limits of productivity, really trying to push the bushels per acre, bushels per hour. This combine is really for those that are comfortable staying within that level of productivity they're used to, but doing it better, more efficiently, at a lower cost.
So when a grower asks you about the difference between a Lexion and a Trion, how do you have that conversation? Because I know a lot of the same components, but a different philosophy, a different build.
Right. So one good way of putting it is the Lexion is if you will, is the maximizer. That is the one that maxes out that bushels per acre, acres per hour, whereas the Trion is the optimizer. Now both of them work optimally well. So, but really for those that don't need all that extra capacity, but still want the power of a Class 7 combine, the Trion is perfect for those that are just trying to optimize their harvesting enterprise.
What about header compatibility now? I mean, what's the fit?
Yep. Well, even though it's a Class 7 and simpler, it still has a lot of capacity to handle some pretty good-sized heads. We know folks really like to have heads that are multiples of their planters, so we do enable the Trion to handle up to a 12-row, 30-inch chopping corn head, as well as up to 40-foot flex drapers.
What about overall capacity now? Jeff, we talked about, obviously not the Lexion, but hey, some serious capacity here as well.
Yep. So the Lexion utilizes their dual separation rotors are roughly 14 foot long by 17.5 inches in diameter. So, and this one has the same length of rotor, but it's a 22-inch diameter. So in corn, yeah, it's going to be slightly less than our current Lexion 7500 Class 7 because it doesn't have quite the separation area. But in soybeans, it's going to be a contender in soybeans with the Lexion. So that's customers really appreciate that. And one other way of describing this combine too, for those that are familiar with the Lexion 740, our previous Class 7 combine. This is basically that combine on the inside, so we still utilize the same APS threshing system the 740 had, but instead of its dual separation rotors, it just has that single rotor.
Right. So if you have a grower coming to you, how do you direct them to the Lexion or the Trion? Where's your strategy? I mean, where's the fit?
Well, it comes with a little some just open-ended questions. You just got to start feeling them out. What size operation there are, what can they handle as far as bushels per hour, acres per hour. Where do they like to be at from an efficiency standpoint, and going from there, and then just talking about technology. The Lexion is the premium combine of the portfolio. It does come with all those features in cab that allow the operator to control, to switch from high to low on the threshing, high to low on the chopper, from the cab, do all those things from the cab. Whereas on the Trion, to get it into that price point we want it to be at, we didn't put all those features in the cab of this one, but what we did do is we made them very easy and lever operated. For example, shifting from high to low on the threshing on the Trion is now done just by rotating a valve right here on the returns elevator. So no longer do we have to swap the reduction drive bolts out on the threshing drive. It's just a simple turn of a valve here and a simple single action clutch pin on the chopper. So it's very simple. We also don't have the auto lube on here. So, but what we do have is all of the in-harvest grease banks or grease zerks that one would have to service during harvest. Those are located on 4 main grease banks right around the combine. So at ground level, so I don't have to climb up on the ladder and do any greasing in harvest. That's all done from the ground. So we've tried to keep it really simple.
Great stuff, Jeff. Hey, just what about availability? Rolling in the field when?
These are introduced now for 23. We'll have them contact your dealer for availability for 23, but it shouldn't be a problem.
Well, Jeff, I appreciate you taking some time for Real Agriculture.
No problem. Thanks. Glad to do it.